Ready to roll? You about to hear Paul Mamadere's Lane and DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Known by many as Paul on wheels. We making it do what it does, letting people know how I feel. Let's ride. We talking health, talking grind, breaking barriers clean. No excuses on the journey, we stay chasing the dream. Get your mind locked in, set your goals on repeat. We got ups, we got downs, but we still don't miss a beat. In GLP-1 STREETZ, we moving with pride. Hear the trends, hear the wins, got creator worldwide. We make it do what it does, never stopping the climb. Living better every day, one step at a time. Shout out RMZ, always keeping it real. It's Darion with the fire, got the GLP-1 feel. DD the downsizing lever, Sympathisha in the zone. Losing it grace, bring the truth, steady holding on. Calamity Jane slide through, yeah, she bringing the flame. Perfect Pamela moving strong, everybody know her name. Teddy D and Toby rolling steady on the rise. He's one-on-one locked in on that lifestyle prize. Traces of twine, showing how to stay consistent every day. Cookie cheering everybody on in a special way. Mayor Mindy been holding it down from the start. Purple bellflower, word hard. Slid right into them jeans, did her part. Metal to be keeping the conscience tight, keeping all of us in line just right. And a special shout out to the queen of GLP-1 Street Bar. Headed any call, slaying this game for years. Someone we all look up to no matter the cost. Marjorie, Felicia, Murray B. And Joe's cross the sea. Yeah, this GLP-1 movement hits globally. We stay focused on the prize, on the life that we see. Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ.
What's going on, my GLP-1 fam? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right today? Hope y'all doing fine. I know in some parts of the state, some of us are dealing with some really cold weather. I know my guy, my rolling through life, I think he said it's 20-something degrees where he's at. So thank you all for tuning in. We're going to have a blast talking about some things, and that's 2026. 2026 is a few days away. And something happens when we get to, this time of year. We always think about what can we do the next year better than we did the last year. So many of us who are on this GLP-1 journey, we just trying to figure it out, right? Want to give a shout out to Cookie's in the house. Hey, Cookie, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning into this live. And we're going to talk about setting ourselves up for success in 2026. So we're going to give a few minutes before we start. Got about a few things to run down that we can talk about. So please drop a like if you don't mind hitting that like button. Drop a comment, even if you don't mind too. Sharing this link to this video, maybe to your post stream, so we can get others to find out about this journey that we're on, this GLP-1 journey. But we thank you all so much for tuning in and popping in. And it's been a very, very kind of busy week already. And it's just Monday, and I don't know about you, but as we round up this new year, I mean, who would have thought 2026? How many of us remember when it was Y2K? Remember, we thought that the computers would stop working. We wouldn't get a lot of water. And we thought Y2K was bad. 2026, I mean, we all know about that, right? So it's pretty interesting. So what do you have planned for this week? Rest and relaxation? I know that's what I do. I don't do the New Year's Eve party thing, nothing like that. I just like to relax and chill and just, check out some old marathons, and check it out. Hey, Z, how are you? Z, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. And we thank you again. And we thank all of you. I mean, Monday, y'all can be doing so many other things, but you guys are on this live with me, and it's going to be an informational one. Now, we don't have a guest on this episode, but we do have some really informative things we're going to talk about. Let me show you some of the things we're going to discuss. We got it right here. We're going to be discussing these things right here. We're going to be talking about the GLP-1 landscape. We're going to be talking about the biggest GLP-1 mistakes. We're also going to be talking about how to build a GLP-1 routine. We're also going to be talking about the GLP-1 Street Starter Kit. I created a starter kit. Can you believe that? And I'm not a guru in this. I just started this journey February 14th of this year. I've lost 64 pounds. I started off at around 346. Now I'm at 280, 282. So my goal is to get down to 199 because I promised my guy, RMZ, that I would be down in Wonderland with him. So I got about 83 more pounds to go to get into Wonderland. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So here's some other things we'll talk about. What people get wrong about GLP-1s. We're also going to be talking about the mindset you need to win on these GLP-1 streets in 2026. And lastly, the mindset. Oh, I got it on it twice. That was a typo. Yeah, that's what I did. Well, it's for emphasis. We got two mindsets right there. So that's what we did. So if ones wouldn't mind doing me a favor in the chat, let me know, when did you start your GLP-1 journey? If you can just put like month and year, if you can do that, that'll be awesome. Because I really like to hear everyone else's story when it comes just to this journey and what it means to be on these GLP-1 streets. Put the date that you started and the year. And mine was February 14th, 2025. Okay, here we go. Wow. My rolling through life, my wheelchair brother, February 2025, like me, February 14th. I knew we were getting along, my friend. And Cookie started off on April 2024. So Cookie, you've been over a year. That's nice. Prescription day. I love it. I love it. Okay. Here we go. Miss Brenda said she started her journey Easter Sunday, 2025. All right. Hey, Mayor Mindy. Let us know when you started your GLP-1 journey. Yeah, Mayor Mindy is in the house. Thank you so much, Mayor Mindy, for coming in these GLP-1 streets. And if you all wouldn't mind, share this link with one so they can hop on this live with us, because it's a GLP-1, kickoff. And I do have a typo right there. I got it twice right there, but okay, my rolling life. Started off at 328, now 283. That is awesome, brother. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so we're going to run through these one by one, all right? What's new in the GLP-1 landscape? So what's new in the GLP-1 landscape? Well, you heard the announcement. I mean, coming in a few days, ones will be able to get that Wegovy pill. How do you think that's going to be? You think that's going to be a game changer, that Wegovy pill? What I did was I actually put out a video on the Wegovy pill. And my take is, I think that pill is going to just decimate the fast food industry. What do you all think? Because a lot of people don't mind being on the GLP-1, but they don't want to stick themselves. I wasn't like that. And, I didn't care if I had to give an injection or not. Well, I don't do it. Rainy days does it for me. So the Wegovy pill, to me, I think that's going to be a game changer. Hey, Calamity Jane, what's going on? Calamity Jane, what we did was we asked ones, when was their shot day? Are there, prescription day or Zep day, GLP-1 day? Okay, Mayor Mindy says April 2024. So Mayor Mindy is coming up on 2 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. When it comes to the Wegovy pill, how do you all feel about that? I think it's going to decimate the fast food industry. More people now are going to be on these GLP-1s because, they're not scared of the needle right there. All right, so let's go to Ms. Brenda right quick. Ms. Brenda says this. I want to show her a comment. Ms. Brenda says, I don't know how long people will wait to feel safe about. Very good point. Very good point. Very good point. My rolling life says that. Nice. Ms. Brenda says, I can't see them, but hard to say, Cookie. And Mindy JC, hello. Okay, never mind. All right, cool. All right, so what do you think about the pill coming out? Okay, Calamity Jane, JC, July 16, 2025. Awesome. They're saying hello. All right. The pill would be a great option for affordability. Yes, prices rolled out. You notice the prices rolled out for private pay. I think the starter dose, correct me if I'm wrong, is going to start like at 149-ish, around there. And then, you know what they do with the starter dose, right? They get you hooked. So after the starter dose, it's going to go up $50 more. So that's what the price is going to be. Affordability, yes, for people who are not able to pay for the GLP-1s in the vial form right now. All right, Mary Mindy has this to say. She said, I'm with you, Calamity. I prefer the shot, but the pill is easier for travel. That is a very good point, Mary Mindy. That is a very good point. A pill for travel. So then that goes on to bring up a very good point. If we are already on a GLP-1, now will our healthcare professionals prescribe an out-of-town version now? Say, okay, when you go out of town, you do this. I like that. Very nice. My Rolling Life says, I'm not seeing the others either, Ms. Britta. Oh, you know what? You all might be in the other stream. So we have two streams going. We have the vertical stream and the horizontal stream. So you might want to hop on the horizontal stream. So the easiest way to do that, if you go to my page, my YouTube page, and you'll see two streams going. So you want to go to the horizontal page. That's how you'll be able to see it. Yeah. All right. So some other news. Ms. Brenda said, I think the pill will make GLP medications will make it more accessible for people and more likely to get covered by. Yes, I think so too. That is so true. All right. Here's some other news. We know Wegovy dropped their pill. Now, what about orforglipron? I have a hard time saying that. So you know what? In these GLP-1 streets tonight, I'm going to nickname orforglipron. You know, that's Lily's pill. All right. So y'all my witness right here, right? All y'all my witnesses right here. I'm renaming Lily's pill orforglipron. We're going to call that pill Megatron. All right. So I know it has a transformer feel to it, Megatron. That's how we're going to refer to orforglipron, Megatron. Now, what do y'all think when Megatron come out? Megatron's supposed to come out later on this year. So that is the dual antagonist, right? So some studies show that Megatron didn't show that much more weight loss than Wegovy pill. So that's coming out later this year. But what about retatrutide? Are you guys ready for retatrutide? That's coming later on this year. How many of us are on a GLP-1 now are looking to switch to retatrutide? I heard it pronounced before retatrutide too. So how many of us are going to jump on retatrutide? How many of us? Let me know how you guys feel about that. Will you all be transitioning to a pill, waiting for retatrutide, waiting for Megatron to come out? Which ones are you looking forward to in these GLP-1 streets? Please let me know. Drop a comment in there. But that's kind of the things we're looking at in 2026. GLP-1 space is about to get big. It's about to get bigger, more accessible now. Did you notice? And I caught this on the downsides. It said downsides today. Kristen Lorraine's report that they were doing about how in India they're about to release the generic version. So the price wars is really heating up. So what do y'all think about that? But okay. People are chiming in about what they're going to do. Okay, Cookie says, I'm staying put on Zepbound shot. Okay. Cookie, what dose are you on the Zepbound shot? If you don't mind putting that in there, really appreciate that. So Cookie says she's not going to retatrutide. She's not doing the Wegovy pill. She's not doing Megatron. And for some of you out there who are just tuning in now, it's hard for me to say Orforglipron. So I gave it a new name, Megatron, either Megatron or Cybertron. You know, I'm a big sci-fi guy. So I think Megatron works better, right? Because Megatron, you know, so which one you guys staying put? What you gonna do? Okay, so Cookie's on 5 milligrams. Wow, Cookie, you've been on 5 milligrams. Oh, nice, Cookie. Cookie, what type of, you know, have you reached your goal yet? Are you in maintenance right now? You know, please, Cookie, I'm going to invite you on these GLP-1 streets, and we're gonna find out about your story because you know I definitely want to know about it. Perfectly, Pamela's in the house. Pam, what's up? Okay, Z says I can't even imagine the cost of retatrutide. I know. So Pam, check this out. I'll fill you in what we've been talking about. So these are some things that we're talking about during this kickoff, and I know there's a typo on this. I put the mindset twice on there, so please forgive me. So if you have an option in 2026, you know, there's a lot of things coming out. The Wegovy pill is coming out in a few days. Orforglipron, I call it Megatron because I cannot pronounce it. Megatron's coming out later on in the year. Retatrutide is supposed to be coming out later on in the year too. So Pam fam, let me know, what are you going to stay put, or are you going to transition to some of the new GLP-1s coming out? So let us know. I'm gonna go through these comments right quick. All right. Okay. So my rolling lifestyle, I'm not moving anytime soon. I want to see how people do on the different ones. Got you. I don't know how to do. Oh, I do now on Mounjaro, 10 milligrams. Okay. Mounjaro, 10 milligrams. My wheelchair brother, you are the same. I'm on 10 milligrams of Zepbound. So you and I on the same, definitely same dose, tirzepatide. Perfectly Pamela's in the house. Okay. So Miss Brenda Marlene, she says, I'm considering retatrutide as a transition based on some different in the meds, but I won't consider that for at least a year. I definitely get that, Brenda, because I really want to go on retatrutide, or as some people say, retatrutide. I don't know. We'll give it a nickname. We'll call it Reta. Pam, you know how we do in our culture, right? We give it a nickname. We'll call it Reta. So who's going to go on Reta? All right, so here we go. Cookie says this about a journey. Been on 5 milligrams since May 24th. In maintenance now. Nice, Cookie. Cookie, how many pounds did you lose? I don't want to get nosy or anything. I know it's rude to ask a woman how much weight she lost. So if you don't mind sharing, I appreciate that. All right, perfectly Pamela. Queen Pamela says, no plan switching for me. So she's standing right there. All right, everybody saying hi. All right. Saying hi out there. Boom. Boom. Pamela says this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Triz, I love that. It's working for me now. See? We gave it a nickname, Pam. See, they don't know, right? That's what we do, right? We give it nicknames. Reta, Trez, that's what we do. All right, retatrutide is hard to say. Yes, it is, Miss Brenda. Okay, let's go on to our second point now. Let's talk about the biggest mistakes that people make on GLP-1s and how to avoid them in 2026. These are some of the mistakes that I've researched and I've learned. And hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Cookie said this. Cookie said, May of 2020, I've lost oh my goodness, Cookie, look at you. 110 pounds. Cookie, congratulations. Let me get you some confetti. I forgot Dee didn't send me the confetti pack, so I can't do that. But we're going to give you some props. 110 pounds, Cookie. My goodness. That is awesome. That is awesome. My role in life says he's on Mounjaro, 7.5. His wife is on Mounjaro, 64 pounds. Being able to walk makes a huge, that is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. And Cookie, congratulations, you're 110 pounds. All right, Ms. Brenda says, I was watching a very convincing video on how Reta works differently from tirzepatide. Yeah, it does. It does. Z says, Cookie, congratulations. That is awesome, Cookie. That's amazing, Cookie. Wow. All right, Cookie. You're going to be in these GLP-1 streets too. We're gonna chat about it. Okay, so let's get back to point number 2. The biggest mistakes. Now, these are some of the things that I've researched, I've learned, and even I had to deal with too. And the biggest common problem is inconsistent dosing, poor hydration, skipping protein, tracking data, and unrealistic expectations. So, if we fix these things now, the inconsistent dosing, poor hydration, skipping protein, not tracking, unrealistic expectations, 2026, our journey is going to look a lot different. Now, looking at these different pitfalls right here, what do you say was your biggest pitfall? And I'll let you know mine. What was your biggest pitfall when it comes to this journey? The big mistakes that we've made. I know for me, initially, was not getting enough protein. Because when I first got in this GLP-1 game, it came with no instructions. I ain't trying to blame nobody. You know, my healthcare provider, she prescribed it for me, and I didn't know what I was getting into. I was like, wasn't eating enough. I was like, my appetite is gone. So I didn't know. I thought just not eating enough calories would do the thing. But then what happened, I started feeling really tired, cold, lethargic. And that was my biggest mistake. What was yours? And I'll let you know how I corrected it. All right. Let's get some shout out to Sydney's in the house. Hey, Sydney, welcome. Welcome. I think you're your first GLP-1 Streets live with me. Thank you so much, Sydney. I really appreciate that. Y'all just don't know. I'm going to tell y'all just don't know. I mean, to have ones tune into this live is humbling experience. I didn't even know I was going to be on this journey when I started it. I went to the doctor because I had a cough. I got on a wheelchair scale. She was like, hey, you need to go and get some help. I'm prescribed something for you. I'm like, what? So the fact we're here, let me do my math, 10 months later, and we have this amazing community. Thank you. Everybody get some shots out. And if you missed my interview last week with Perfectly Pamela, check that out. Pamela, I don't know if you saw, but Traces of Twan, she commented on the video. And she left an amazing comment. Check it out, Pamela. She checked it out. Okay, my wheelchair brother said the same thing. He said, not eating enough protein. That was me. What about you guys? What was your biggest mistake? Was it the poor hydration, the skipping protein, not tracking data, unrealistic expectation? What was it? Okay, Miss Brenda said the same thing. Practically nothing. That's what makes this community so great, right? It makes it so great. And Cookie says this, Mindy, I know. I follow you in chats and know we started about the same week apart. Our weight loss. Wow. Mayor Mindy's in the house. Mayor Mindy, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Thank you, Sydney. Wait a minute. Nicole. Oh, my goodness. Look at my amazing Nubian sister right there. Nicole, that is an amazing pic. You've been hiding that from us. You've been having that purple flower there, trying to hide from us. But look at you. I mean, that is a beautiful picture. Amazing picture, purple bellflower. Nicole, thank you so much. Mary Mindy says, my mistake was not eating enough calories. Mary Mindy, mine was like both. Not enough calories and not enough protein. That was me. And this is what Mary Mindy says. After meeting with a registered dietitian, I upped my calories, broke a stall, and I felt much better. You know what, Mary Mindy? That's what I am going to do now too. Even though I've had some success, but I think I'm leaving money on the table because I need to talk to a professional who knows the dietitian game that can tell me what I need to do to optimize these results. So, Mary Mindy, thank you so much. I'm in the process of doing that now too. There's Cookie saying hi to Bella. Sydney says, hi, Paul. My first. Oh, thank you, Sydney. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Pam says, I have to go back and catch up on the comments. Yeah. She has a really nice comment. All right. This is what Miss Brenda says. I've learned the hard way that if I eat highly processed carbs right after I take my shot, it seems to interfere how effective. Wow. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Brenda. Thank you. Thank you. So that's what makes these discussions so amazing, right? Because we may be going through the same thing that Brenda has went through. We can learn from each other, right? Even though we're all not medical professionals. I have a medical background. Before my accident, I was an EMT, I was a cardiac tech, and I also was a phlebotomist. So I have some medical training out there, but I'm not a medical guru, but I understand biology, how that works, and how that goes and everything. But thank you for sharing that. All right. Purple Bellflower. Yes. Love the pick. Hey, Cookie. Sydney. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to share something else too about the biggest mistakes that we can learn from 2025 and taking into 2026. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to track my data a little bit better. So what I'm going to do, I'll move this just for a minute. What I'm going to do, I'm start tracking my data. Being a tech guy, I am just blown away by data and other things. So I want to track what I eat in a day now, see how I feel, see how the scale moves. Now, since I'm able to weigh myself on a weekly basis, since I have my wheelchair scale, now I'm able to track my data to see how am I doing every week. And then looking at my food tracking and say, okay, I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. And give me some more of that. So that's what I'm going to do this year when it comes to this. All right. So let's go to our image again. Let's go to our third one. How to build a routine that actually works. Eating with intentions. When you hear those phrases, eating with intentions. Oh, let me hydrate myself now. I got my tumbler right here. If y'all got your tumblers, it's time to tumble. Let's get us some hydration. All right. So, eating with intentions. Well, what does that mean to you when you hear that? Eating with intentions. And as you all are thinking about that, please drop your thoughts in the chat. I want to show you something too. I got this from Gray's video, Losing It with Gray's. Have you tried these sparkling protein drinks? These are amazing. My Costco here in California carries these. These are so good. 30 grams of protein and low calorie too. So if you down on your, like I'm sponsored by it. Hey, before we come back, get you some of this protein drink. If you down on your protein, this will make you feel real, real good. But seriously, if you haven't tried these, I saw Gray's video and I went and got some, and man, we love these things now. We love them. All right. Nicole, Purple Bellflower says, I think hydration was my biggest pitfall and still working. Nicole, what about hydration? Were you a hydration person before the GLP-1s, or did being on the GLP-1s kind of make that a little more challenging for you? I would really love to know. Really love to know. Okay, Cookie says, I didn't start to exercise until month 10. Okay, I don't regret it, but I need to tone up a lot. Now, maybe I could have prevented some of my loose skin. Still, no regrets. I wasn't mentally, that makes sense. And you know what, Cookie, that's what I'm going to do now too, because I'm in month 10 right now, just past month 10. I'm going to work on my body composition now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to be swole. I want to look like a thumb. So I'm going to be swole. That's what I want to do. All right. Cookie says, eating with intentions means not snacking mindlessly. I love that. Great. I love that. All right. So Perfectly Pamela says, I tried the protein drinks. I didn't care for them, much of an after compared to too much. Aftertaste. Got Pamela. You know why you got that aftertaste? I'm gonna tell you. Pamela probably gonna choke me when I say this. Pamela, you know why you don't like it? It's them nerd clusters. That's all. Stop them nerd clusters for about 3 months. You're gonna be all right. No, I'm just joking, Pamela. I was joking. Darium is in the house. Hey, Darium, thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. We're talking about some of the things that we can do in 2026. And Darium, I want to get all your knowledge too, because Darium is one of these kings in these GLP-1 streets, and I always love his insights. And this is what Darium says. Eating with intentions, eating the food that fuels your body, aligns your health, and support your goals. Do what works for you, not the masses. Darium, I love that. I love that. So I am going to say something here. And please let me know your thoughts, because eating with intentions, Darium says something right here that is so apropos. Yeah, I'm speaking the King's English tonight. Do what works for you. We have to be careful in these GLP-1 streets. Sometimes we may watch a video where someone's had some major success. I mean, some amazing success. And they're like, hey, I have this success, but 3 or 4 times a week, I'm still ordering me this junk food that I'm supposed to not eat anymore. And then you're like, oh, wow, they have that success. I'm going to do it too. So I'm going to try out what they're doing. We try out what they're doing. And guess what? It don't work that way for us, right? So Darren brings up a very good point. Eating with intention. So that means we may have to try some things, see how our body reacts to it. And if our body reacts kind of differently, then what we do? We pivot, go to the next. Yeah, Darren says, nerd clusters are amazing. Darren, I'm more of a tahini gummy bear guy. So that's how I get out. I actually like nerds when I was like in junior high school, but yeah, tahini gummies, yeah. Pam says, yeah, I'm driving and trying to talk to text. And it's just not work. Pamela, wait till you get some text messages from me. And I'm the king. I'm the king of messing up stuff when it comes to voice to text. All right, we're saying hi to Darian and Sydney. All right, Darian says, hey there, Cookie. Pam, saying hi to everybody. That's cool. Purple Bellflower. All right. She says, how I maintain eating with intentions is through meal prep and planning. Okay. That's what I learned that keeps me in line for me. And Bellflower, for Nicole, for some of them on this live right now who don't know about your journey, drop in the chat how much you've lost. I think it's amazing. And the reason why I do this is because we can look at ones like Darium, like Cookie, like Mayor Mindy, like Nicole, and like Pamela. And we're not looking at them to try to copy them. What we're doing, we're looking at them to see what is possible for us. I am from the mindset, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, King Darium, because you can overrule me with what I'm about to say. I think everyone can have a measure of success on these GLP-1s. I think everyone can, if they stick to the script and follow it. And how they measure success will show if it's a success or not. Maybe it's the lower A1C. Maybe it's more energy. Maybe it's less information. Everyone can have success in these GLP-1 streets. Let's go to the next one. My starter kit. Here's my DEEZ GLP-1 starter kit. All right, and I'm not being conceited about this or anything. This is some things that I jot down, and you can make your own starter kit. But this is what I'm doing. All right, Brenda saying hi to everyone. Darium, I never go with the masses, man. It's worked well for me too. You're right. All right, that's true. All right. Nicole says 80 pounds over 3 years. Okay. Slow and steady. Learning and growing along the way. Yeah. 80 pounds. I'm talking about. All right. So this is my DEEZ GLP-1 starter kits in these streets, okay? This is what I'm doing this year. I'm having a tracking plan. So I'm tracking my data, tracking what I'm eating. Will I do this the entirety of 2026? Maybe, maybe not. Depends how successful I am. A movement plan. So what I have like in my workstation here, I have my stretchy bands. So every 10 to 15 minutes, my movement plan in 2026 is going to be to do about a rep of 10 every 15 minutes. Just 10. That's all. And it takes me about 15 seconds. I track that movement. And for me, since I'm not able to walk or anything, so this is how I get my cardio in. So, all right. So Darian, I want to hear his thought. Here we go. All right. Anyone see? Okay, Darian says, I humbly disagree with everyone because there are non-responders. More meds are coming. There's hope. Yeah. Darian, I'm glad you said that because in the beginning we talked about retatrutide. You know, I think that's going to be a game changer for the non-responders out there. And Darian, I have a hard time saying orforglipron, so I renamed it Megatron. So when I mention Megatrons in my videos and my posts, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Eli Lilly's pill, orforglipron, Megatron. Not going to do it anymore. Yeah, Darian, that's true. And I think that's where the data comes in when we look at what's working, what's not working. And I think you're going to see, we're looking at Retta, and we're like, Retta's going to be amazing. But right now, they're probably working on other things besides Retta. That's going to make Retta look like, you know, an old S-curl. All right. Here we go. I wrap those 2 brands around parts of my chair. Oh, yeah, it's cool. My wheelchair brother. There you go. Now, stretchy bands. See, we in this together. All right. King Darian says this. And you know, when Darian talk, we listen. Because Darian, you know what's up. He said, my humble opinion, if the meds don't work for you, it's not a failure on you. It's a failure of the medication. Not every key unlocks every door. That's a good point, Darian. Very good door. Very good door. And Darian, with that in mind, do you think before we close the door and wondering if that key unlocks that door or not, should we, let's say we fall in that category, that silo, that's not working for us yet. Should we make sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to set us up to see if that key works? You know, we may be going to a door and it's dark and we're not sure what key to use, but what may help us is turn on a light to shine light and say, oh, it's this key right there. So do you think we should do more to see if it really doesn't work for us? How do you fall on that, Darian? I definitely want to get your thought on that because you bring up a very, very good point. Very good point. All right. Pamela says, I agree with Darren. So, Pamela, do you agree with the nerd clusters or what he's saying right now about not every key opens the door? Because either way, it's cool. You know what I mean? Let us know which way you're talking about, Pamela. All right. It's not the door and lock of it all. All right. Door and not. I love that. See, I love these discussions that we're having because it has a great conversation that we can have when it comes to these GLP-1s. Because in 2026, I mean, it's right around the corner. It can sometimes feel like an escape room. I love that. Love that, Nicole. Yeah. All right. My rolling life, my wheelchair brother says, maybe my experience was different, but I was given the shot and no information on how to. That was me. That was me, bro. I was the same way. They prescribed it for me. I got an alert on my phone that Walgreens said it was ready. And I'm like, what is a Zepbound? So I'm Googling Alexa, as my soon-to-be 92-year-old mother says. And I'm like, what do I do with this? So, I think education and family, that's why I think these discussions we have are so important. How many people maybe are coming across this video or other videos that we have been on and comment our own videos, and they're like, yeah, nobody told me how to do it too. So let me go back to the lab, go back to the drawing board, and make sure that I'm getting my protein in, I'm getting my hydration, I'm getting all these things in. And that's what makes this community so amazing. We have done more for the GLP-1 space than any marketing firm has done. Think about all the knowledge we all kicked. I mean, think about Darian. When Darian is on these different interviews, Darian is like a wealth of knowledge. How much did Lilly do that? Nova, even these compounding pharmacies. How many times have they broken down what these GLP-1s can do and set people up for success? We have done that. Our community has done that. Never forget that. Never forget how important we are. And it's not being arrogant, but we are the change. They couldn't pay us enough money to advocate how we've been advocating for these GLP-1s. Think about that for a minute. A lot of success that people have had is because of the things that we have talked about, the comments that Darian has put on there, the videos that Pamela's put on there, the Mayor Mindy's videos, Mayor Mindy's comments, Cookie's comments, Sydney's comments, all Nicole's comments. We changing people's lives here for the better. Pamela says, definitely make sure you're doing your part first. I got a key to a parcel locker and a while back, and it wouldn't work in any of the lockers until I then walked back and tried one more time. Wow, Pamela. That's awesome. That's awesome. Rolling through life. That was me too. YouTube. That was me. Darian, if it wasn't for Darian welcome me into this community when I was on Simply Taisha's video. Darian, you remember that day? Darian said hello to me. Mel B said hello to me. Darian, you remember that day? Darian, if it wasn't for you reaching out to me, ain't no telling what I would be doing right now. Because Darian told me this. When Darian first met me on Simply Taisha's Live, when I was telling him about my journey, and I said, yeah, I have my first weigh-in. I hope I lose 5 pounds. Darian said, you got this. You got this. I didn't know Darian from Adam. Darian was so encouraging. And then when I would pop into other lives, Darian was right there. Hey, bro, you weigh in, you do this. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yep. Mary Minnie says, learn everything from TikTok and YouTube. Darian says each person should work with their care team and make every effort to maximize the results. It's a case by case for sure. Sure is, Darian. Absolutely. Well, I'm impressed. I have Wegovy in the fridge, and I did not feel ready knowledge-wise. Yeah, that's true. Slockhart, thank you. Welcome. It's your first time on the GLP-1 STREETZ Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm humbled. That you're here and you're sharing your journey. All right. Cookie says, I started learning from YouTube. Me too. Darian says, I've learned much from TikTok, YouTube too. The creators who arm me with the knowledge to take with my care team. See, Darian, the same way. Darian, I don't think you understand, man. You like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon separation. Everybody, Darian, you're connected to everybody in these GLP-1 streets. I mean, that's how important you are. And don't forget about Darian's Substack too. We're teaching healthcare professionals. We're teaching healthcare professionals in real time. Absolutely. Yep. Darian, remember that day? Darian, can you believe that was over 9 months ago, Darian? Can you believe that? Yeah. Darian said, I remember. I was excited to see other men doing the thing in space. In the space. I was excited to see how. See, Darian, don't make me ugly cry, Darian. Don't make me ugly cry. Don't, you better not, because I will. I will. You know, I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid to cry in front of people. You know why? What the Bible say? Jesus wept. So if Jesus wept, I'm gonna weep too. So don't make me ugly cry, Darian. Stop. All right. Yep. Sydney says, I'm thankful for channels such as your. Oh, wow. Sydney, stop it. You're gonna make me ugly cry too. I mean, y'all stop it. I mean, I'm already getting kind of emotional right here. I mean, but thank y'all. I mean, I was just a guy on this journey not knowing what I was doing. And ones like Darian, RMZ, Dee, Simply Taisha, you know, they welcomed me into this, and the Mayor Mindy too. I mean, I'll tell you a little brief story right quick. Brief story. I've had a YouTube channel for going on, I want to say 17, 18 years. And my YouTube channel carried a lot of content of me interviewing a lot of people. I'm a broadcast journalist by trade. So my YouTube channel was all the interviews that I've interviewed different people, entertainers, stars. One of my highlight interviews was Dr. Maya Angelou. I had a chance to interview her a few months before she passed away. It was a radio interview, but we had the audio on the YouTube channel. So my YouTube was set. It was where it was. I have over 1 million views on my YouTube channel. But when I started this GLP-1 journey, I was like, I'm going to change it, because who cares who I interviewed? That doesn't change anyone's life. What can change someone's life is someone who looks like me, who has a wheelchair like me, who is going through some challenges trying to beat this obesity disease that we're dealing on. So I changed my whole channel. And my algorithms are just like everywhere, just, you know, and I didn't care. I wanted to step out on faith and talk about something that can change people's lives, and that's health and lifestyle. When I did that, I had no idea who would watch these videos. Some of my old subscribers, old followers, they don't care about health and lifestyle and wellness. They don't care about people changing their lives. So I was like, I don't care either. I'm going to do this. And the fact that some of you follow me to tell me these journeys, to share my journeys, it's humbling, y'all. It's really humbling, really humbling. It's humbling. Thank you. Slockhart, really appreciate it. Really appreciate you. Yeah, see? That's the kind of dude Darian is. Look at that. Darian is welcoming new people into the fold. Darian is like the grand poobah of the GLP-1 streets. So yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Giving this knowledge. Yep. All right. My wheelchair brother says it's impressive that we teach our doctors. Yeah. But they should know more. Check this out. My wheelchair brother, my rolling life, knows about this. I have a neurologist because of my spinal injury. And yes, Brenda, I'm doing this every Monday night. Now I'll be in Vegas next Monday night because I have to. My day job as a broadcast journalist is sending me to Las Vegas to cover the Consumer Electronics Show, and I may or may not be able to do one next Monday because I have a couple of events I have to cover and everything. But if not, the following Monday, I definitely will. But thank you, Ms. Brenda. I really appreciate you. And Nicole says, while Ozempic has been on the scene for quite a time, I think the others rolled out and the results began speaking like wildfire. And the doctor said, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree. Now, my wheelchair brother, I have a neurologist. And I remember when I told him I was on Zepbound, because my personal care physician up here prescribed for me Zepbound. He was like, well, what is this? What is this? I want to make sure it's safe. So he was trying to get it for me for the pharmacy down there, but they wouldn't cover it down there. I don't know what happened, But he saw me like a couple of months later. He's like, all right, you gotta start taking a step. You're getting too skinny. Then I went back a few months ago. Guess who's on Zepbound now? My physician assistant. I taught him about the GLP-1s, and now he's on the GLP-1. 15 milligrams. He's looking great. He lost some weight. He may lose his coverage too because of not covering for obesity no more, but he does have sleep apnea like me. So that's how I'm able to keep my Zepbound because of my sleep apnea. If not, I was going to be like perfectly Pamela. I was going to get my compound from pharmacy, and I even reached out to Pamela on IG and said, "Hey, you know, who you go to?" And she told me Empower. That was going to be my jam. That was going to be my jam. Okay, Darian is about to say goodnight. Let's say goodnight to Darian. He said, "Good night, all." He said, "Got ahead." Darian, thank you so much. Darian, I'm on the West Coast, so it's not even 7 o'clock now. Darian, I know you're East Coast. So thank you so much, Darian. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be on for about another 8 minutes, guys, and we're gonna go off. But I'm gonna share some more things about some things. Yep, Grand Puba, Darian. For the questions, autoimmune disorder, 1 in 100K, 1 in a million. Yep, teacher doctors. Yep. All right. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Thank you so much, Brenda. I really appreciate it. All right. Everybody saying good night to Darian. A few more things. I'm gonna go through a couple more points, and then we can all make like a tree and get out of here. Now, do me a favor. What movie was that from? Make like a tree and get out of here. So I will be there, Cookie, from the 3rd until the 13th. 3rd to the 13th. So if you're there, Cookie, let me know. We'll definitely hook up. Me and Rainy Days gonna be out there together. You get a chance to meet her as well too. I'll be out there working, but hey, you know, RMZ gonna meet me out there because RMZ actually lives in Vegas. He and I gonna get a chance to hang out too. That'd be awesome. All right, let's go to the next one. Darian is saying goodbye. Zepbound had me back to all right. So Stockhart. Okay. Darian, let's go to Darian's question with Stockhart. Stay on for a second. I'm gonna talk to you about something. Wow. Yep. Yeah, Tech Tubers. Yep, absolutely. Darian, I'll make sure you and I follow each other on Instagram. So I'll be posting a lot of stuff. And I also have another YouTube channel. It's called Tech Me Amadeus, like Rock Me Amadeus. So I'll share that with you too because we'll be sharing. That's a new channel I just created for the tech stuff, Darian. So I'll make sure to get that for you. Okay. All right. So Stockhart says Zepbound had backed up. Okay. All right. So I'm not a doctor or anything. So what I'm saying is just what I do. I drink a lot of water. You're probably doing that. I take a pro and a prebiotic. Now, if you want to try it, talk it over with your medical professional first, and then I'll give you a discount link for the probiotic. It's Seed Probiotic. I've been taking that back when I was doing keto, and that seems to get everything going. Also, my fiber intake. When I was on keto, I didn't do fiber a lot, and some who were on keto probably had the same problem. Now on Zepbound, these GLP-1s, you have to mix in some fiber. So as a man, I need about 35 milligrams of fiber. I know the sisters out there, they need about 25, 27 of fiber. So let me know. Let's definitely keep in touch about that, okay? Kids about that, all right? All right. Here we go. Let's go through these comments right quick. All right. See where I say hi to Darian. There's Brenda. Cookie says, yes, I'll be there before you. Oh, nice. Let's do that, Cookie. Let's definitely. We'll go. We'll definitely hang out. That'll be cool. All right. Perfectly Pamela says good night to Darian. Okay. All right. So got you. Start. I said I used to take a pre and probiotic. Got you. Okay. Fiber. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. A few more things, gang, and then we're out of here. All right. So another one. What people get wrong with GLP-1 weight loss, myth busting. Okay. People say that GLP-1s is cheating. 2026, you still think we have to deal with that hate? What y'all think? What about people who say it's an easy way out? People get that wrong because some of us know it ain't easy. I mean, think about the time when we do everything right and that scale don't move. I mean, that ain't easy, is it? It's hard. Many of us have had that, right? We had a week where we haven't dropped anything. It's not easy at all. Oh, and Stockhart, Sydney says lots of water. Yeah. Sydney, Slockhart, I will tell you this. A lot of water. But check with your medical professional. I drink almost a gallon of fluids a day. So, you might want to check with your medical team first, see if that's okay with you, for you to do. Yeah, it's not easy. It is not easy. Here's another misbusting. You don't need to change your lifestyle. Now, many of us who've been in this GLP-1 game for a long time, did we have to change our lifestyle? I mean, did we have to change our lifestyle? Did we have to stop eating a lot of that greasy food? Or as we say, greasy food. We had to, right? Because if not, you eat some greasy food and you take that shot, what happens? Nausea, diarrhea, all that, blowouts, right? We've had that before. Definitely have that. Now, what about this misconception? You'll gain it all back. What do we say to people who come at us like that? What do we do? We say, not on my watch, right? And even though you may see someone's out there who have gained it back, but what is the most common denominator when someone gains it all back? What is the most common denominator when one's gain it all back? And I love Miss Brenda's thought. She said, completely have to change my life. Yes, Brenda. Me too. Me too. Me too. Cookie says, look, Lockhart, do you drink coffee? I put Miralax in my coffee daily, and you can taste it. You can't taste it at all. Yeah. Miralax. Yeah. My PCP says perfectly safe, and you can take it every day. All right. I didn't gain until 5 years of high steroids. Yep. There you go. All right. Z says it's definitely not easy. It's just a tool. Yep. Definitely to have your lifestyle change. That's what I'm talking about. Gain it back when you back to old habits. Absolutely. How many of us have seen ones who went back to their old habits and they're like, oh, wow, I shouldn't have did that. I need to go back to the lab, right? I applaud them for doing that. Nicole puts it down. She said, my belief is that the lifestyle and mindset will dictate whether or not mic drop, Nicole. That was it. That was a mic drop right there. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nicole. Absolutely. Do me one favor as we transition to our last section in these GLP-1 streets, and that is drop the biggest myth you've heard and let's break it down. What's the biggest myth you ever heard about these GLP-1s? Put that in the comment. As we do that, I'm going to move on to our last point. I have it on here twice by accident, but it is the mindset you need to win on these GLP-1 streets. This is the mindset we need to have, and it's a mindset we can use with anything in our life. The mindset is, what is our why? Why are we doing this? Some may say because of my children, my grandkids, my family, my spouse. This is why I'm doing it. But never forget yourself of why you're doing it. Do it for yourself too. You owe it to yourself to be the best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself to set yourself up for success. You owe it to yourself to make sure that you're running at an optimal rate. You owe it to yourself to be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. These GLP-1s give us a window of opportunity, but we still have to walk through it. So here's the last mindset. It's our call to action. What's one breakthrough mind shift that you're focusing on in 2026? What's going to be the biggest mindset? And as you share your thoughts, I'm going to go through the comments from our last interaction up there. And that is, great, Lockhart. I have no issues at all with it. Hope it helps you. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Cookie, for being there. All right. Perfectly Pamela says, if you go back to what you're doing before any type of weight loss regimen, you'll get. Pamela, ain't that true? When I was on keto, I dropped weight. When I came off keto, it was like, hi. You have to implement changes. Yes. Yes, Pamela. That's what I'm talking about. Cookie said, Lockhart said, me too. It was bad. I ended up in the ER. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Lockhart, please keep us posted on you. All right? Yeah. Please be careful. All right. Ms. Britta said, I've already experienced backslides and gained and then had to reset. That's what I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with resetting. Sometimes we have to go back to the drawing board. I mean, think of some of I'm heavy into sports. And even think of like sci-fi stuff, right? You look at Star Wars, you know, the Rebel Alliance, they won. Empire Strikes Back came back. The Empire just put the smack down on them. And then Return of the Jedi, what they had to do? They had to regroup, right? Luke had to go and see Master Yoda again. And what did Master Yoda told him? He gave him some wise wisdom, right? Look at some of the sports teams out there. They may lose a championship game, but next year they're right back in it. Nothing wrong with refocusing. I love that. I love that. All right, here's some more. Mary Mindy says, myth, the meds make you lose muscle. Yeah. Yep, that is a myth, Mindy. Mindy, because we lose muscle because of what? We ain't eat enough protein. You tell them, Mindy. You tell them that myth. All right, Ms. Brenda says, I'm doing this because I want to grow slicker in more pain than already. Okay. I don't want to grow sicker. Oh, yes, Brenda. Yes, absolutely. I'm with you on that. Z says, we're glad you're here, Lockhart. Yes, Lockhart. We sure are. We're glad you're here. All right. Here's some more. Nicole says, I agree, Paul. My why is why it was. Gosh, I need hooked phonics tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I agree, Paul. My why it was has grounded me. What is fueling me? It is the primary reason I ain't ever going back. You tell them, Nicole. And Nicole, you tell them, them jeans, that's your victory. You tell them, Nicole. Yes, great community, Lockhart. We're here for you, buddy. We're here. Welcome, Lockhart. Yes. Yes, we are here. That's what we do. All right. Ms. Brenda says, consistency and lifestyle changes, not just weight. That's what I'm talking about. Lifestyle changes. All right. If I can keep my sugar levels below 100, my weight will drop. Nice. Only spike at 120 after a meal, and back in the 90s within an hour. Oh, just nice. Nice, my wheelchair brother. All right. Sydney says, I'm doing this for better health. All of my health markers have improved. A1C down to 5.4. Nice. Insulin resistance gone. BP 100%. Nice. LDL reduced by 55 points. I can go. That is awesome, Sydney. Sydney, that is amazing. My A1C is now down to 5.0. That's my A1C now. A1C started about 5.5, and I'm 5.0. So, yep. All right. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Slockhart. All right. Chris, my man. What's up, brother? Hey, if y'all don't know Chris is an amazing guy. Chris, have you started your channel yet? Chris and I, we follow each other on IG too. If you haven't started following Chris, let's encourage Chris to get his channel going, because Chris is an amazing guy. Chris, man, so good to see you, my friend. If y'all don't know Chris, get to know Chris. Really encouraging guy. Mayor Mindy says this. Mayor Mindy says, in 2026, my mindset will be focused on strength in every meaning of the word. I live inside the power I've earned body. Mindy, that's a mic drop moment. That's what I'm talking about, Mindy. Mindy says, the power I've earned. That's right, Mindy. You earned that. Own that. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Nicole says, it was a matter of life and death for me. Yeah, me too, Nicole. The myth is the meds are going to take me out. The reality is, I say the same thing. I say the same thing, Nicole, because I'm like, the way I was going, I was miserable. I was sluggish, irritable. Can y'all believe I was irritable? I mean, can y'all believe little old me was miserable and irritable? Y'all can't believe that, right? Well said. My wheelchair brother says, every time I drop a clothing size, I toss the clothes, and I love that. It will cost me my health and wallet. That's true. That's true. Perfectly Pamela says, what is it you feel you need help with to get started? There's a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. And Perfectly Pamela, her videos, I mean, she break it down. You want to learn how to meal prep? Perfectly Pamela. I mean, those meals be good. Exercise, everything. Yes. All right. Nicole says, I'm with you, Mindy. Definitely. Me too. Y'all, I'm trying to, by the end of 2026, my goal is to drop another 83 pounds. So that would get my total weight loss to 147 pounds so that I can get into Wonderland. I want to be 199. But I ain't gonna be a skinny 199. I'm gonna be a buffed up thumb looking 199. I'm gonna get my swole on. You watch. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I want to do. I love it. All right, Chris said I'm start very soon. Got sick for a couple of weeks and everything fell off work. Oh, wow. But I'm going to get after it. Hey, anytime, Chris. You're an amazing guy, Chris. Thank you for your support, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Love you back, man. Love you more. All right. Preach, Mindy. I'm talking about. Yep, Mindy. Yep. Cookie says, nope. Cannot believe it, Paul. Yep. Yep. That's the truth, Bellflower. Yep. Yep. That's right, Moon Life. Rolling through life. Let them go. That's me. You know, Grace commented on my last video when I dropped 64 pounds. She's like, get rid of these big shirts. This is one of my big shirts I'm about to get rid of, because this is like a 5X, and it's like, yeah, it's too big. So I'm able to get into a 3X comfortably now. So I'm looking forward to 3X. I can fit it now, so I'm good. So I'm gonna start dressing my weight. You know, I'm gonna start doing that. Get rid of these big ones. And yeah, you got it, my brother. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. That's my goal. That is my goal. I don't know. Are you guys in like sci-fi? I'm into sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek. And Star Trek 6, the undiscovered country. And I'm going to let everyone go in a couple of minutes and everybody's tired and everything. But I just want to tell the story. Star Trek 6, undiscovered country. There was a character named General Chang. And General Chang was played by Christopher Plummer. Some of you may remember Christopher Plummer. He was the father in The Sound of Music. Well, Christopher Plummer played this antagonistic Klingon general who would just bother Captain Kirk for no reason. I mean, he'd pick at him and everything. And there was one line that General Chang said in Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. He said, "I am as constant as the Northern Star." Meaning when you look at the Northern Star, it's always there. It's constant. That's how I want to be on this journey. Everything falls back to sci-fi with me. Stick with me long enough and you will. I will check you out too. Nice. Yeah. Pamela has a great channel. Great channel. I'm still irretrievable. Brenda, you have to explain that. This was explaining. Does anyone worry about extra skin? I do, especially around my stomach area. Yeah. Yep. So, thank you all so much for being in these GLP-1 streets with me. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I just dropped a few more videos over the past few days. If you don't mind, get a chance, check it out. Check out Perfectly Pamela's video. She dropped some 31-day videos, some really cool things about her journey. Check that out. And others on here who have their channels, make sure you check it out and show them some love. And we're all in this together. It don't cost us anything to watch anyone's content, but it helps others to grow. And Perfectly Pamela is real close to having 1,000 subscribers. So let's try to get Pamela to these 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So please share her channel with ones out there so they can find out about her amazing journey too. Brenda says, "I'll worry about it, but I'll take extra skin over." Yeah, I'll let you. Biceps for me. All right. Spell checks too. Yeah, I'm the same way. Perfectly Pamela says, there's some great channels. So many of us have learned here from YouTube, from our providers. We're walking, talking textbook. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I love that constant as in, yeah, slack heart. That's what we got to do, but that's what we have to do. That's what we got to do. I was worried about extra skin too. Fat. Yeah. You know, I am going to go to Dr. Boudreaux and Dr. Nassau because I live in Southern California. So if I need skin removal surgery, I'm gonna go to them and say, "Hey, put me on your show. Remove the skin, remove it." But thank y'all so much. I love you all to life. We're gonna go out to our theme song. The theme songs give a lot of shout outs to those out there who are in this room right now. And for those here for the first time, hope you enjoy the song. And as we go out to the song, I will be playing the last comment. So if ones want to go ahead and say goodbye, they can do that. But until next time, do me a favor, stay healthy, stay safe, and remember, I love you all to life. All right? Take care, everyone. Love your family. Be there for everyone. Don't let this nonsense in this world dampen your spirit. Don't let it frustrate you. There's a lot of stuff going on. But let's be good to each other, all right? Remember that golden rule. All right, so we're going to go out to this song, and then I'll be showing the different comments while everybody's going on, saying goodbye. So here we go.
DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Known by many as Paul on wheels. We making it do what it does, letting people know how I feel. Let's ride. We talking health, talking grind, breaking barriers clean. No excuses on the journey, we stay chasing the dream. Get your mind locked in, set your goals on repeat. We got ups, we got downs, but we still don't miss a beat. In GLP-1 streets, we moving with pride. Hear the trends, hear the winds, got creator worldwide. We make it do what it does, never stopping the climb. Living better every day, one step at a time. Shout out RMZ, always keeping it real. It's Darian with the fire, got the GLP-1 feel. DD the downsizing Neva, Sympathisha in the zone. Losing it grace, bring the truth, steady holding on. Calamity Jane slide through, yeah, she bringing the flame. Perfect Pamela moving strong, everybody know her name. Teddy D and Toby rolling steady on the rise. She's one-on-one locked in on that lifestyle prize. Traces of twine, showing how to stay consistent every day. Cookie cheering everybody on in a special way. Mayor Mindy been holding it down from the start. Purple bellflower, word hard. Slid right into them jeans, did her part. Metal to be keeping the conscience tight, keeping all of us in line just right. And a special shout out to the queen of GLP-1 Street Bar. Headed any call, slaying this game for years. Someone we all look up to no matter the cost. Marjorie, Felicia, Murray B. And Joe's cross the sea. Yeah, this GLP-1 movement hits globally. We stay focused on the prize, on the life that we see. Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ.
I'm ready to roll. You about to hear Paul Mama Dear's Lane and DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ. Known by many as Paul on wheels. We making it do what it does, letting people know how I feel. Let's ride. We talking health, talking grind, breaking barriers clean. No excuses on the journey, we stay chasing the dream. Get your mind locked in, set your goals on repeat. We got ups, we got downs, but we still don't miss a beat. In GLP-1 STREETZ, we moving with pride. Hear the trends, hear the wins, got creator worldwide. We make it do what it does, never stopping the climb. Living better every day, one step at a time. Shout out RMZ, always keeping it real. It's Darian with the fire, got the GLP-1 feel. DD the downsizing Neva, Sympathisha in the zone. Losing it grace, bring the truth, steady holding on. Calamity Jane slide through, yeah, she bringing the flame. Perfect Pamela moving strong, everybody know her name. Teddy D and Toby rolling steady on the rise. She's one-on-one locked in on that lifestyle prize. Traces of twine, showing how to stay consistent every day. Cookie cheering everybody on in a special way. Mayor Mindy been holding it down from the start. Purple bellflower, word hard. Slid right into them jeans, did her part. Metal to be keeping the conscience tight, keeping all of us in line just right. And a special shout out to the queen of GLP-1 Street Bar. Headed any call, slaying this game for years. Someone we all look up to no matter the cost. Marjorie, Felicia, Murray B. And Joe's cross the sea. Yeah, this GLP-1 movement hits globally. We stay focused on the prize, on the life that we see. Welcome to DEEZ GLP-1 STREETZ.